Hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. In this video, I'm going to be putting together a greenhouse that I got a number of years ago. It was from Ocean State Job Lot, which I think is a chain store kind of on like the East Coast. It was only about 50 bucks for this greenhouse. It's a very small walk-in greenhouse that has 4 main shelves, although it's kind of like 8 shelves actually. I believe I have all the pieces. I'll show you everything that I have, but I'm gonna put it back together today on the deck and kind of use it, not necessarily as a greenhouse, but more of kind of like a cold frame just to keep the temperature warmer. I have my winter sowing containers that I've done, as well as a couple plants that I'm harboring over. So I just wanna put those in there and then have a space that's a little bit warmer than everything else that's outside. So here's all the supplies that I was able to find. I hope this is everything. I have all of the pieces here. These are all just plastic green connectors. So there's a few different types of those. I have all of these pieces, which these are actually metal, which is nice. So that makes it a pretty good quality. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types. And then I have these little wire shelves. So these are the shelves that are gonna be going on. There's 8 of these pieces in total, but technically it says it's a 4 shelf because you put 2 of those together. I think it originally came with twist ties, or zip ties I should say, that I originally used to keep all this together. But I do have these just traditional standard cable ties. They're black and there's multiple different sizes, so I can use those. And then if I spin around really quick, I'm on the deck right now. I actually have my winter sowing containers here, if you saw that video. But I think in this corner is where I want to put the greenhouse, just somewhere along here. I'll try to zip tie it to the deck, and then I also will put some pavers at the bottom for these pieces that'll sit right on top of the deck. So this is by no means like an informational video of how to put it together, because I don't know for sure if I do have everything. I actually was able to find some instructions in the box that I had. So I do have this that I'm working with. It's like a ripped up piece of paper, but it does have everything on here. So hopefully this will work out well. And then I will show you what it looks like at the end and show you what stuff I'm putting inside of it. Okay, so it's all finished, put together, and I actually put a few things in here, so I'm very excited about this. So I ended up having it face this way just because we can still access the gate right there, and I moved this grill for now, but if we ever grill, then I can just move it out of the way, so that way, there's no issues with anything getting too hot. But when you walk in here, it has this little roll-up cover, so I have these little Velcro things. I can just unroll this, zip it up, which I'll do after I'm done finishing up this video. you can see when you look inside that so these are the shelves. So it really is kind of like 8 shelves. They're just, that's separated, but there's 2 down there, 2 down there, and then 2 up here. These are my winter sowing containers that I did, and then same thing with this. I just did it in a different sense. So I'm just hoping maybe it'll give these a kickstart on growing. It's still going to get below freezing in here. It's still not going to be the warmest in here, but it is going to be a little bit warmer. I'm 5'8", and you can see that there's still actually a decent amount of clearance. I have to walk obviously kind of in the center, but this is actually a walk-in greenhouse. I actually can walk in here, which is awesome. The only other thing I wanted to mention, which I totally forgot to even show you guys this cover before I put it on here. It seems like a good cover. I never used it outside, so everything in here is not really like rusted. It's not like it's worn. This cover probably won't last for more than like a year or 2, so hopefully I can replace it. But what's nice about this cover is you can see it has like this green stitching on it kind of, and that does act as a shade cloth. So it is diffusing a little bit of light. Let me show you what the ground looks like in here. So if you take a look right here, this side of the deck where you can see the sunlight, it's a little bit brighter than this side where you can see it is diffused a little bit. I don't think it's going to make anything leggy, but that will help keep it a little bit cooler in here in the summertime. But I'll probably end up just taking this down once it gets warm enough outside, and I don't really need to keep anything in here. I forgot that I wanted to put one more thing in here. This is a false holly goshiki that I got from Home Depot around the holidays. That's why it's in this red pot here. This I've been having on our front steps more as a decoration plant more than anything else, but I did want to plant this in landscape this spring. However, this is only hardy to zone 7, and that's why the top of this ended up dying off. It did actually have leaves on it when I got it, and it's because I left it outside when it was 6 degrees at night. I should have brought it inside that night, but at least now that it's in the greenhouse, if we have any other really cold nights, it'll take the edge off of those coldest nights, and this can grow and maybe even start putting on growth earlier in the season so it can grow a little bit faster this year. Okay, so for some reason the video cut off on me at one point, but long story short, this actually has been up for a couple of weeks now, and it's been doing very well for me. It's actually held up to a couple of snowstorms that we've gotten. You can see it's a little windy now. It's held up to the wind pretty well too. And it has been getting warmer in here during the day, but not necessarily staying warm at night. So it's more just going to stay warmer, and it can help get things going, but I can't put anything out here that is going to be cold, that can't survive the freezing temperatures. So besides that, hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.